Don't worry, BMW, I did not forget about you. I am personally not a big BMW fan, but when it comes to drifting, I am all BMW. But for this video, we are gonna drag tune it. So let's talk a little bit more about this car. So this is a 2014 M4, and this engine is a 3-liter S55 twin turbo motor, and trust me when I tell you that this car can deliver so much power. In real life they have got very bad traction, so that is what I like about the new M4 competition. It's actually all-wheel drive, but this is the rear-wheel drive version. We're just gonna keep it rear-wheel drive for this video. So let's quickly go over and let me show you guys what I've done to it. So we're gonna quickly start off with the upgrades to the car. So just to let you guys know, for the engine conversion, we kept it at the stock motor. If you want to see anything else in this car, like a different engine conversion, let me know in the comments below. I'll have the video out for you within a week. So we are gonna stay here with the 3-liter inline 6, but it's showing over here 3.2-liter is because I bought it bigger, but we'll get into that now. So going over to the drivetrain, just to show you guys, we are still rear-wheel drive, and obviously I put on a bigger body kit. So I know this adds to weight, obviously. Sorry, it won't show here now that it actually added to weight, but as soon as you go and tune it, well, do the race body kit weight reduction, you will see the wide body kit is about 2 kilograms or so, whatever, a little bit heavier. So nevertheless, if you want to be a little bit faster than me, just stay with the stock body. Let's quickly go over the engine part. So for the intake, we got the race intake installed. Fuel system is the race. Ignition is the race as well. For the exhaust, it's race. Camshafts is race. Valves is also race. Intercooler is race. And obviously, twin turbos will also be race. For the displacement, this is what I was talking about earlier. It's the normal 3-liter, but we bought it a bit bigger to 3.2 liters. And then for the flywheel, we also have race. Quickly going over the handling area. For the springs, we have got rally springs. For the sway bars, we got the anti-roll bars, we got race and race. We don't have a roll cage in because this just adds a bunch of weight. And for the weight reduction over here is also race. So if you have got the stock body on and you also put it on race, you're going to be lighter than this current wide body car. I just think the wide body looks so darn good on it. And it's not too wide, it's actually just perfect. Quickly heading back to the drivetrain, we've got the race clutch, we have got the race transmission. Please make sure it's a 6-speed. It just feels to me like this car hates shifting completely. For the differential, we have got race diff. Going over the tires, obviously we have got the drag tire compound, also known as slicks. So this car is rear-wheel drive, so for the front we can have some small biscuits, and then for the back we can have the big brothers. Going over the rim, you can literally put on any rim you want, just make sure it's the lightest rim, and we didn't make any of the rim sizes larger because that just adds to weight. Quickly heading back to aerodynamics, we didn't put any wing on. I mean, you can if you want to, but that's all up to you. So let's quickly head back to head back and go to the custom tuning section. Let's quickly run over the tire pressure. As you know, this car is rear-wheel drive, so all the power goes to the rear wheels, and that is why you want your rear wheel tire pressure to be as little as possible. This is going to help with grip as it adds drag. But for the front tire suspension, you want less drag, so that is why you take it all the way to high, which is about 3.8 bar. And then also, the higher the tire pressure is in the front is going to help a bit with the top end stability. So going over the gearing, Here we stretch it out basically. So for the first and second gear, we had major traction problems, but that is sorted now. Also, for the fourth gear, you will notice that if you look at the graph in the bottom right corner, it is a bit longer than usual. So this is obviously just to break through that camera, just to get a better top end speed. Here for the alignment, oh, and just to tell you guys that in the comments or in the description, I will be sharing a share code. So you guys can just go and download this code if you want to. Otherwise, you can just take a screenshot or write these numbers down, however you feel comfortable with, and then you can do your gear ratio tuning as well. So over here, you can see our front camber is actually +5 positive. The reason for doing this is as I explained earlier, the less drag you have, the better it will be. So when your wheel is sitting at 0, which is like equal to being flash on the road, obviously by taking it to a positive camber, you'll angle it a bit, which means less tire will make contact with the road, and that will result in less drag and better times. So for the rear end, we actually put it on a 0.9 positive camber. This is just to make sure that whenever you do pull away, do note that your front of the car will lift up, the rear of your car will go down. So all the weight from the front will go to the rear of the car, compressing down the rear suspension, and that will make a positive camber into a negative. So putting at a 0.9 will result in a 0.0 when all the power kicks in. So that is why we got it over there. So if you guys don't know how to tune this camera specifically, I've already made a video regarding it. So I'll drop a card in the top right corner for you. You can just go and check it out. So nevertheless, for the toe, we've got 0, 0, and the front caster angle is at 7. The anti-roll bars, I believe it to being just stiff. Obviously, if you're swaying all over the road, you can tweak it a little bit. I would recommend making it a bit softer, but in general, I don't like it if there's too much flex involved. So for these springs, our front springs is actually on its softest, and the rear springs is at 3/4 of the way. This is just to make sure that the rear end doesn't go down too far, otherwise the weight will actually go over the rear axle and it will result in spinning. So for the ride height, the front must always be a bit lower than the rear because this car actually likes popping wheelies. So having it a bit lower will just take the center of the weight of the car, move it a bit more backwards, we'll move it actually a bit more forward so it won't pop so many wheelies. Going to the damping, our front rebound and our rear bump should be similar, which is 1 and 1. And then the rebound rear and the bump front should be similar, which is 20/20. And as you guys see with this car, it worked out fantastic. So going over the aerodynamics, because of the wide body kit, I had front aerodynamics, so I just dropped it all the way to speed. Going over the braking, I just like to drop the pressure a bit. I just don't like how the wheels usually lock up. Going over the differential, we've got 100 and 0. So let's quickly take this car to the road and see what it can do from 0 to 400 meters. No way, guys. It just rained again, it seemed to be like. But the sun is out, it will dry up. So I think to save some time, let's quickly do our drag racing first. Let's quickly run over the difficulty settings. As you can see over here, traction is off, stability is off, manual with clutch. So this car is going to spin in your first gear and maybe a bit of your second gear. The tune I have here is not specifically for this drag race. I just love doing it nevertheless. This tune is actually just for the normal road while you're actually driving around, where you can use launch control and all of those goodies. So what you can do if you're spinning too much is you can actually put your traction on, but otherwise you can just leave it as I'm about to do it. And also, if your car is spinning too much for this event and you're specifically tuning it for this event, you can actually make your first and second gear longer, and also you can bring your differential over here downwards. You can maybe take it to about 50% or 40%, play around until you have the good numbers you're looking for. So nevertheless, we're gonna send it spin or no spin. Come on! Come on! No, BMW! Don't let me down. Oh, we're pulling a bit. Okay. That wasn't too bad. We finished in second place, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 16.135. I think we would have done better if we didn't spin so much in first gear, but that is still not too bad. Okay, so let's quickly go and see if the roads are clean or dried up. We can do our pull, and yes, it is. Okay, let's quickly go to the 400 starter mark. And here we are going to the first post. Okay, so for some reason with this car, we are very lucky to be able to do launch control. Just quickly do this again. There we go. We can choose 4,000 RPM, 3,000 RPM launch, or 2,000 RPMs. So with this car, you actually want to do a 2,000 RPM launch. Otherwise, it's just going to spin all over the place. So let's send it and see. Come on. 252. I can do a bit better. I'm positive I can get a 253. Come on. Come on. Oh, another 252. Nevertheless, that is still really good. So anyway, guys, there we go. That is how you do it. I don't know if the people are actually racing today. Let's see if I can get us a race as well. And unfortunately, no races today, guys. I'm so sorry. They are just drifting around. We do... Oh, there they go. Okay, nevertheless, at least I tried. I'm sorry, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to drop a big like. If you would love to support the channel, especially if you're new, hit the logo at the bottom right corner to subscribe. If you want to see a similar video, hit the icon on the left. If you want to see one of my most recent videos, hit the icon on the right, and then I'll see all of you legends in my next video. But for now, peace out, everyone.